Hello, boys.
Michael, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Good.
All right. And Dave,
Hello, David.
Hello.
Dave,
This thing is so soft. Can everybody hear me?
can hear you, Dan.
yep, I can hear you, Dan.
Barely hear you guys. My phone's terrible.
Stopped raining up there yet?
Yep.
You lose heat in the pro shop, Dan?
I am in the pro shop.
I know you are. You lose heat there.
Looks
But I
like
could-
you're ready to go skiing.
Barely hear you. How's Florida?
Wonderful. Felt 75 today, dry air, sun's been out all day. And I did not play golf.
Best time to play, Dave.
I'm playing tomorrow. COVID's going wacky here like it is every place else, but
Oh, I'm sure.
Even in your little park there, Dave?
what's that?
Even in your little area?
No, it's not going crazy inside the park. There are one or two cases, but no, it's pretty calm in here. But the state overall is nuts. They're running almost 8,000 positive cases a day.
If I see something, I'll slot in there if I can.
Most of it's in South Florida. That's where it's the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Keep checking, see if something cancels. So. All right, Ugh.
Hey, Dan,
Yeah,
you know if Bill's gonna join us?
he sent a text that he was not going to be able to make it.
Okay. It's 4:30, so when we call the meeting to order. Is anyone audio or videotaping the meeting? Just make the record note that the meeting is being recorded to, what is it, Facebook Live, I guess? First item on the agenda is the minutes of the previous meeting. Did everybody have a chance to read them?
Yep.
Any
I saw no
changes?
issues. I'd make a motion to approve as written.
Second.
Any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
All right, any old business? Any new business? I don't believe there was any correspondences because I didn't get anything from Adam. But Dan, you want to do your update?
Yeah, that's fine. Just a few things. We'll start pushing gift cards and cart cards for the holidays. Try to get some more, a little bit more revenue. I actually did 2 gift cards today, so it's kind of a little bit of money coming in. I'm also going to send out a detailed email about leagues, trying to get not necessarily commitments from leagues that are going to return, just to see if we can get a little bit of a heads up warning on how many people might be trying to have their leagues come over. You know, rumors that we might get a Canadian club back, so on and so forth. The reason why I want to do that is, sorry about the phone. Try to work on a solution for that back 9 league time. It worked out okay. It got sloppy at times, kind of puts everybody in a weird position.
Yeah.
As far, you set the pace of play at 2 hours and 5 minutes going around, and it never was exactly 2 hours and 5 minutes. So people were running into everybody else. And, so if I get a little bit of a knowledge of how many leagues are coming around next year, then maybe we can start kicking around ideas on trying to create. Oh, geez. I need to go shut that off. Sorry. Get a little bit of an idea on what we're looking at for league times on each night. Sorry about that. The other thing I want to just kind of throw out there is that I really like I don't know what we're going to come through with in the spring as far as restrictions. At this point, we may be hopeful that we're going to open up the exact same restrictions we have right now. Who knows? I do really, really like the 10-minute tee time windows. It sets a really good pace of play most days out there. And obviously it's beneficial because every golfer that's here knows exactly when they're going to start, compared to all the first come, first serve that we used to do during the week. The issues that have kind of arose over the course of the year, and they're not real major issues right now, because everybody was chomping at the bit to play golf. Obviously, golfers arriving late for their tee times is still a little bit of an issue. Usually not a problem because we just flip-flop groups back and forth. The other thing that's kind of surfaced now that we're doing tee times is the fact that twosomes are a few twosomes and a few regulars as twosomes are booking foursomes online and not giving back the other 2 slots, so that they can, in essence, play alone. So when they get up here as twosome, they just kind of, oh yeah, we couldn't find, we had 2, we had a couple late cancellations. We hear that a lot from the people that do that. Like I said, all these are not major issues, but we certainly don't want them to get any worse. And then obviously the last one is non-canceled tee times. Again, not a big issue this year. But there's a whole foursome that doesn't show up, doesn't cancel. It happened a couple times over the weekend, especially on Saturday when it's one of the last nice days of the year. Those tee times go unused in the slots revenue. I don't know what a good solution is to all 3 of those, whether we start, I don't think we should get into a fining situation, but maybe get people on notice by creating a list of offenders, whether it's private or public, so that if these things continue to happen, then tee times could be lost, or their ability to book tee times, so that we can kind of maximize use of the golf course. Because I think once we open up in the spring, that we're going to probably go right back to 95 to 100% full right out of the gate. I don't know if anybody has any.
Do you have the ability? Do you have the ability to check on where the people are booking? Because to keep track of it at the course is going to be tough if you can't note it when they book the tee time? Can you flag it or something where it says like, hey, this person booked this tee time but didn't show up? Or how else did you plan on tracking if they bailed out on it?
I think this, excuse me. I think the software, the Golf Now software, we can denote them as no shows. And I don't know, possibly potentially can send emails based on the no shows to kind of put these people a specific notice. There's a couple of younger members that not regularly, but every now and then them or their buddies will each have a tee time on there, and they don't cancel the other one that they don't need. Keeping, like you said, keeping track of it manually is going to get sloppy, and you certainly don't want to make a ton of work, but it's just something that, I could send out emails out till blue in the face and kind of browbeat everybody, but it's not, I don't think we'll ever get to 100% compliance by any means, but, we got to, stop the trend of, all these times now that are, when there's 6 other groups waiting for a foursome, we can't have that foursome go unused at this point.
Yeah, I think it's something to think about how you're going to administrate what you're going to do.
Yeah, but as far as the tee times go, I love the tee times. I hope the golfers do too.
I think overall they do. And I kind of agree with you on the 10-minute thing, but the comeback there is if we've gotten all of these new memberships that we've gotten this fall, how crowded is that place going to become next spring? And is there going to be, would going to 8 or 9 minutes make another few available that would be beneficial? I don't know the answer to that.
Yeah, maybe 10 minutes isn't ideal for us. Maybe 9 is. I think the closer we get to the old days of 7 and 8 on the weekends, that's going to adversely affect the pace of play. We saw it a long time ago when we were at 7 and 8, and we had the reputation of having 5.5 hour rounds up here sometimes on the weekends. I don't think that was an issue at all at 10 minutes. Maybe that would not be an issue still at 9. I don't know. It's a matter of, it's something that maybe we can, try it out for a little bit and see how it works. And, flipping the tee sheet back and forth between 9 and 10 isn't that difficult as long as I do it in advance.
Yeah.
But other than that, that's about it for me on my end.
Good. The only thing that Bill sent me a text, and the person that does the irrigation system for us, that that basically blows it out during the fall time, is basically going to retire. So Bill's looking into possibly buying the equipment and basically doing it himself. So we'll probably get that information probably for the next meeting as to how much it's going to cost for the equipment. And well, I think right now he's charging between $1,500 and $2,500 to actually do the fall service. And so that's something that, depending on how much the equipment's going to be, is it's probably going to pay for itself over probably 5 years or something like that.
Is that something we can loan out to other courses too to use at a fee possibly?
Yeah, possibly good. Absolutely. Yeah, because I mean, at this point, I know Bell shares a lot of equipment with other courses.
Yeah.
And
So it may just be a reciprocal thing where we get to.
Oh yeah.
use it.
Yep, absolutely. That's something that we could look into. Does anybody else have any comments? Any commission comments? Mike, anything?
I just have we heard that Victoria had passed away last Sunday, and she was an avid bowler here at 10 Pins and always around the golf course, and that will
Yep.
miss her. Victoria was great.
Yep, and I know, Vern has basically said any donations to basically go to the Golfers Municipal Inc. So
Yes. Yeah,
we'll do something.
That news hadn't gotten to Florida. Thanks, Mike.
oh, I'm sorry, Dave, I should have told you before that, I'm sorry.
No, that's all right.
Dave, you have anything?
No, I don't.
Alec?
I
Well,
don't know.
yeah, let me back up a second,
Okay,
if I may. I did get a call from Bill last week, I think it was. He and I had talked earlier in the summer about the lumberjack side of his job. And so he called me and we chatted a bit about a little bit of work he wants to do this year.
Yep.
And it's basically behind the second and fourth greens
okay,
by the stone wall there.
yep,
Cleaning up some of that mess and maybe knocking down a few trees, but he would definitely leave some to give people some depth perception going into that green from the fairways. So he's got no major work plan that I know of that would affect actual play. But he did say he was going to do something behind those second and fourth greens there. So I was
Okay.
going to bring that up because he did call me. So I had a little conversation with him when I got back in the spring after all of the work that he had done last year, because I started getting a bunch of crap from people and
I'm sure you
I
did.
just didn't know what was going on. So I appreciated his call.
You don't have anything, Alex?
No,
I don't
that's
have
it.
any.
Oh, sorry.
All right. Go on to the financials. So according to John Richard, there's still like almost $79,000 that needs to get posted in revenues through October. And I think that's fairly accurate because I know Dan had printed off some reports off of the computer system at the pro shop, and we were at about $508,000 through the end of October. So looking
Nice
at
to know how that compares to previous years, but that feels like a pretty good year
yeah,
so far.
yeah, because if you look at it, a lot of it's just in greens fees. I mean, we budgeted 275 in greens fees, and we've already exceeded it, and we still, we're going to go into the new season.
Of course, we're way down, conversely, we're way down on memberships, but hopefully that'll all pick up next spring.
Yeah, but that was a result of us going to one rate, and all the residents paid early last year because they saved the money.
Yeah, well, we didn't jack the rates for next year, so I'm assuming that people just said, I'm gonna hang on to my money through the winter.
Well, that's not this isn't a comparison anyway, so that comment's kind of null and void, but
No.
Oops, what happened to Jeff?
who's Jeff?
Like we lost him, yeah.
Yeah, we lost Jeff.
How's it been in November, Dan? You picked up some revenue in November too?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we're still charging full rates.
Yeah, I know. I've heard through the grapevine that it's been fairly busy, especially early in the month when the weather was real good.
It was 38 yesterday and windy, and we did it over $800.
Jeff said his computer shut off. It'll be a few minutes to get back on. So
You have anything further? Should we?
I think we have to approve the financials.
I mean, that looks like a pretty good picture with almost roughly $500,000 in revenue and $224,000 in expenses to date. That looks pretty good.
Yeah, we got, it's good to see one thing going well during this pandemic.
One industry at least.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, really. Oh, looks like Dan just disappeared.
I think he
I'm here.
just shut his stuff off.
I'm here. I just put my phone down.
Oh, okay.
Neither computer in here has a camera, so I can't do it on a computer.
Uh,
But for some reason, my phone, I can't hear a lick off of it.
I remembered to bring my camera down here with me so I wouldn't have to do it on my phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, looks like Jeff's coming back.
Yep, there's Jeff connecting. Jeff, you got to unmute it.
There we go. Can everybody hear me now?
Yep.
Sorry about that. This computer's been giving me some problems.
No
All right,
problem.
so, just getting back to the financials, if you look at basically just the greens fees is at 319,000. And, we budgeted 275. But you know what, though? There's nothing there for golf carts. I think he must be combining both of them. I'll have to look into that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
So I'll have to ask John about that. But anyways, we're at $506,000. Expenses, we're at 204,000. I mean, at 224,000. So right now we're showing a profit of like $204,000. Then if you add the 78 to it, 79,000, that's going to give us $291,000 profit at this point.
Nice position to go into winter with.
No, it is. It's a great position. Yeah, and most of the expenses have just been normal stuff, nothing really out of the ordinary. The other thing that did happen is they certified our surplus, and the surplus is at roughly about $62,000. And I think we started off at about 91. So it was roughly like $24,000 loss from last fiscal year.
Last
pretty
paper
much
we
what I-
made, it looked like that could be a lot bigger than that.
I know. Yeah, when we first started, basically John Richard was very concerned because he didn't know how the loss was going to be, absorbed through the city. And, I had a meeting with the city council and stuff like that. And, they were just saying, let's wait until the fiscal year ends. And then after that, we can tackle it at that point. But, we had enough in the surplus to basically offset the loss. So are there any other questions on the financials?
Move to accept the financials.
Second,
Any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
I,
Okay, next meeting, let's do. How about if we did December 14th?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
fine.
Let's try to keep it away from Christmas, so. All right, so I'll make the meeting on the 14th. And we'll see what happens. So I just need a motion to adjourn.
so moved.
All in
Second.
favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, thank you.
Hey,
All right, guys.
everybody be safe. Have a great Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
Thanks,
too.
you, Joe.
happy Thanksgiving, guys.